Hello everyone, day 3 of the expo. Today is Aegis day. I will again walk around and tell you what I think about the ships. We have the Saber. I loved the Saber, especially since 3.0. But since 3.14 she is way too sluggish and CIG took away one of her 3 size 1 shields. I have no idea what CIG was thinking. CIG is calling the Saber a space superiority fighter. No. Since 3.14 she is just a sitting duck. And if you know one thing about staff, if you only know one thing about staff, you should know that visible fan plates are poison for staff. Yeah, CIG never cares about such things. And we have the Saber Comet, just a color variant, and she has a different default loadout. And we have the mighty Reclaimer. In 3.18 we will finally get salvage. Salvage was supposed to come in summer 2017, full salvage, but we are only getting hull scraping. This means the claw of the Reclaimer will be without any function. We won't get any drones. All you can do is using a magical beam and hull scrape wrecks. And then you have to move the boxes one by one using handheld tractor beams inside Reclaimer. Yeah, 900 years into our future we are back to the age of sails where we moved cargo one crate at a time. And her elevators were always bugged and are still bugged. Maybe CIG will fix her elevators in 3.18. I wouldn't count on it. Overall I like Reclaimer. Her internal layout is actually quite good. And maybe one fine day her claw will have a use. Retaliator. What I like about the ship is 6 size 9 torpedoes, but she has a lot of power plants. Internal layout is very bad with those double corridors. Good luck to the guy in the back making it to escape pods on the 2nd level. Cockpit layout is absolutely terrible with I think 8 or 9 MFDs all over the place. By the way, this was reworked a few patches ago. Not sure why CIG did this. And turret placement is very bad with a lot of blind spots and a lot of obstructions. Retaliator will get a rework and she really needs one. And we have Eclipse. She is way overpriced. Her cockpit view is absolutely terrible for no reason. Staff does not require a bad cockpit view, not in real life, look at B2 Spirit, not in the game, look at the Saber. The only good thing about her is staff, but staff is broken since 3.14. I would still use an Eclipse if staff is fixed. And we have the Vanguards, Hoplite, Harbinger, Warden and Sentinel. I like the Vanguards. There was a big rework in 3.6, but all CIG did was putting components in, but CIG ignored every single suggestion of the community, and you have this big fat bar right in your face. Still, those ships are quite good and can do some damage. You will lose against a good player in a light fighter like Gladius, Arrow or Blade, but you can do some damage against bigger ships for sure. And we have Avengers. I like Avengers. Titan is one of the best starter ships in the game. Warlock has an EMP that hopefully will be useful one day. Very nice ships. Redeemer. She has a very troubled history. When she was finally introduced, people were complaining, I'm getting killed by a Redeemer. But people totally forgot that you need at least 3 people in a Redeemer. What would you rather fight? 1 Redeemer or 3 Sentinels? I'm not a fan of this very silly nutcracker engine design, but for once it's not CIG's fault. This ship won the next great starship contest. Gladius, she was the 2nd ship I bought, later I sold her because back in the days she only had 3 size 2 gun mounts. Later she was upgraded to 3 size 3 gun mounts. Since 3.14 she is hands down one of the best PvP ships, together with Arrow and Blade nowadays. Yeah, Gladius is CIG's darling. Hammerhead, a multi-core ship with a lot of turrets and a lot of problems. Since 3.14 range of size 4 guns is max 1540 meters. Sitting in a turret, you cannot exactly close in to your enemies. This is a big problem for this ship. The captain has no tools to gather any tactical awareness, all he has is a 2D radar screen. We don't have any command and control function yet. And there's this big hole in the neck that doesn't serve any purpose but increases surface area that needs to be armored. This hole could be room, for example an armory, which this ship is missing. Let's take a look at holograms. We have the Vulcan, a ship that is repairing and refueling other ships using drones. Drones not in the game yet after 10 years. So I don't expect this ship in the game anytime soon. And the Nautilus, a mine-digging ship, something that wouldn't really work in a 3D environment. And look at those turret placements left and right. Those turrets cannot shoot to the rear, and not even to this angle. Only thing protecting the rear is a missile turret, which is a terrible idea. Only halfway good thing about the ship is the pilot has quite big guns, but that's pretty much it. Never liked the ship, never understood the role, and I don't think she will be fantastic. This was Aegis Day. I hope you found this interesting and see you tomorrow. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.